the protagonist, Jimmy, basically is the moral engine of the story, and he is the character that basically holds up a mirror to Australians and any other country that it's been colonized, to say, are we treating these people the way they deserve to be treated? But on at face value, it's an adventure. It's a love story. And it gives a really good insight into that relationship with First Nations people and the relationship they have with the land and how important that is. And really, Australia, who are these Australians? What's it like in the outback? And it actually puts the reader into that setting in the outback, which is some people would find fascinating if they knew what it's like to live out there, what it's like to work out there, what it's like to basically be one with the land out in this desert.
Outback Odyssey by Paul Rushworth Brown. Paul was a guest on my show PSI TV, and I want to give a shout out because that book was not only a great read and a page turner, but for me it definitely addressed a deeper issue that need for people to have conversations about, because the healing process of a nation does take time, but time alone without the necessary conversations, you're either going to delay it or it's not going to happen, or it's not going to happen where it feels like true forgiveness from the people who have been primarily hurt. Maybe it's because I'm from Jamaica, and Jamaica was also colonized by the British in our history. When I read his book, it hit me in a way that I really responded to, because I could clearly see, and again, it could just be because I grew up in a colonized country, a country that got its independence. I saw very clearly in his book the outcome of colonization, of a people group being undermined, prejudiced against, and suffering injustice. So I just wanted to say, Paul, you did an excellent job with the book. I'm glad you're on my show. We had a great conversation. I hope it starts a movement in Australia, but it definitely resonated for me. And I just wanted to say kudos to you, doing an excellent job as an author, and hopefully as a conversation starter about these important issues in Australia. I really hope it happens.
It's being called in some by some people the To Kill a Mockingbird of Australia, and it opens up a lot of it gets people to think, right? And it's heavily tied, I suppose. One of the main spark points of me writing the novel was the 2023 referendum, where there was a referendum in Australia that where First Nations people were fighting to get a say in how they live and basically be included in the Constitution. And it was knocked back. And there's been a few times in my life where I was silent, and I sort of like had a lot of empathy for them. And I suppose that's the allegorical part behind it, is just saying, hold on a minute, is this right for these people who have been living here for 60,000 years to be treated in such a way and not included in the Constitution, to not have a say in how they live in Australia? And you can read the story two ways.